Hello, hello, it is Rach Aquarelle and welcome to my channel. I am just doing a really quick painting and I've sped up the video because there were some parts of the video that just did not turn out well. But I kind of liked the painting and I really went for a much looser approach than what I usually do for this painting. So I wanted to still share it. What I do when I film these is my camera is up above and I can't actually see my camera at all while I am painting. So sometimes funky things start happening, or sometimes it even turns off. Sometimes if I get a call, my phone won't ring, because I do all my recording on my phone, by the way. And then it'll just stop recording. So there's always little things going on behind the scenes here that don't work out the way that I like. And instead of just being a perfectionist and scrapping the whole thing, I think that I'm just gonna post it. I'm just gonna speed it up, and you can kind of see it happening a little bit here where the camera seems to go in and out of focus, and there's some part in here where it's just doing it repeatedly for minutes on end. It's really annoying. So please forgive me for that. See, here we go. It's so terrible. I don't know why it does this. And I don't know how to stop it. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Okay, anyway. Wow, watching it go really fast, you can see how annoying this would be in real time. It's annoying even when it's sped up. Anyway, I've got to figure that out. I really like making videos. I like making the soft spoken videos. Those are a lot of work just because I have my dogs here and they're just always going crazy. I never know when they're gonna hear something imaginary and need to start barking and jumping all over the place. In fact, they've already done it once while I was trying my first attempt doing this voiceover. So yeah, I don't know. I really like, doing the videos. I really like the idea of having an ASMR channel, just kind of doing a soft spoken thing while I paint. But yeah, sometimes it's hard, and it's hard to even do one video a week like that. In fact, I've actually filmed a couple, and the filming went really well, but I just haven't had a chance to do the voiceover because I kind of have to wait until late at night when my dogs are asleep. And that still doesn't guarantee that they're not gonna just wake up and start freaking out. That happens all the time, actually. So we'll see. Maybe I have to change things up just so I can actually make videos and not be held up by all these factors that I can't really control. So anyway, I'm trying to just very loosely do this painting. I'm doing a lot of wet and wet, letting colors kind of mingle together. No hard edges at this point, just kind of experimenting too with color. This is a scene I've just recently, I've painted it several times. I've actually done it in oils, and I have those videos up on my other channel, which is called Rachel's Atelier. I don't know why I have to pick names that are difficult to pronounce. So I've got Rach Aquarelle and then Rachel's Atelier. And they're both, the initials are R.A., so that's funny. Anyway, I've done this painting several times this week for a Skillshare class that I filmed, and I decided that I would do this in watercolor because I really wanted to try to just be really loose and carefree, let things kind of bleed together, let watermarks form, and just kind of see how it goes, just kind of experiment a little bit. I think that I probably should have done this on a smaller piece of paper. I kind of struggle with this size doing loose paintings because none of my brushes, except for the Hake brushes, which, are almost too large, and all my other brushes seem too small, so I just haven't really found something really good in the middle, or haven't figured out how to do that, but I left it in its original format so I could just sit and do a quick painting. But since I'm pretty comfortable with this composition at this point after painting it 5 times, I think, so I thought it would be a good candidate to just try to loosen up. And you know, I like how it turned out actually. It turned out very loose. I think that I went a little bit too far. I overworked it a little bit. It was kind of hard to wait for things to dry because I used so much water, and you can kind of see in some areas where it's really puddled, but it was pretty puddled all over the place. And my idea for this was to do a lot of this really loose wet and wet work and then to wait for it to dry and then add some dry brush just into the foreground just for a little bit of texture variety. And actually I think that's where I kind of overdid it. Like right in here. I'm adding more yellow. Actually, yeah, this is where I overdid it. I wish I hadn't added all that extra yellow. And then I let it dry. And now I'm gonna try to go in and do some dry brush in here just to add a little bit of texture, but it's not quite going the way that I want. It's not bad. I don't think I'm gonna even attempt to sell this painting because I don't love it, but it was a really good experiment. And it did help me, I think, to just kind of loosen up a little bit. But here I go trying to add hard edges into these distant trees, and I should have just left those soft. But you gotta learn, I guess. Gotta make mistakes sometimes in order to learn. My daughter was standing right behind me when I was doing this part, and she's like, "Stop! Stop!" So now I've stopped. Yeah, it's not bad, but I'm not going to sell it just because I think it's a little bit overdone, especially in the foreground. There's a bit too much going on in there. I decided to add a few strokes of red before I took all the tape off, just to add a little bit of vibrance in there. I'm trying to use more reds in my landscapes, which is, of course, a challenge because you don't usually see red. You just kind of have to decide certain things are going to be red. And that was pretty much it. So I hope that you enjoyed this short, sped up video. Let me know what you think. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I'm doing with this channel. So I'd love to get your feedback. Thanks and good night, or good day.